Hi there, I'm Alex Belinsky and I'm excited to share with you some crazy and spiritual stories from the Utah Provo mission. I hope you enjoy. Joseph, tracking a trailer park in the dark. Patrick, I crashed a car on my mission taking a left-hand turn. There were two other elders in the car. One was with us for the day. My companion was sitting in the back with a broken arm. Next to him was a box of tacos we had just bought. As I turned left, I heard the tacos fall to the ground. I turned my head back briefly to tell my companion just to leave them and not hurt his arm more. That's when I hit the truck on the side of the road. Ooh, that happened to me where I looked back when I was taking a turn and I hit a sign a few years back. Stephanie, in one area, I had a lady stalk us and someone else tried to run us over as we walked down the street. Stephen, I remember our district deciding to go sledding. Our zone leaders brought this sled that can fit 4 people. So me and 3 elders hopped in the jet sled. This happened in January, so it was already ice. We were going really fast down the hill, so the elder at the back got off. Then me and my companion and this other elder stayed and crashed. We all got hurt. It was scary, crazy, and dangerous. My companion dislocated his shoulder. He was driving with one arm. After that, the mission was never allowed to go sledding again. Good times. Jill, trying to walk from the visitor center to Green Valley in 100-degree heat and praying for a ride. Jackson, we were driving up a canyon on a preparation day and our driver was going at least 60 miles an hour the whole way. We almost had a head-on collision with an 18-wheeler. Wow, that sounds scary. Joseph, I had an investigator pretend he hated missionaries and scare a greenie I had. Patrick, my companion and I came home for lunch one day. I went to grab the key for the apartment and realized I had left it in the apartment. Thinking quickly, we pulled the screen out of the window and opened it from the outside. I climbed in to open the door. A week later, the landlady showed up. She was inspecting the apartment and she made sure to remind us to not forget our keys, because past missionaries had taken out the screen and climbed in the window. But I'm certain you two would never do that, she said as my companion and I looked at each other sheepishly. Stephanie, lots of crazy cold nights with just us sisters working at the Vernal Temple open house. Stephen, I guess it's appropriate to share that my companion let out gas in the middle of a prayer during nightly planning. It got to the point where it hurt to laugh. Missionaries laugh at the smallest things. Jill, running through the sprinklers, coming back from proselytizing before going to the visitor center for afternoon shift. Jackson, I was in the mission home with a bunch of other missionaries. One elder said honey, and it devolved into "Where's my super suit?" joke from The Incredibles. Patrick, my companion and I were with our ward mission leader. We weren't sure where to go. We said a prayer and asked the Lord where we should go. We felt like we should go visit someone who had canceled an appointment earlier in the week that we hadn't had the opportunity to see yet. We went there and knocked on the door. No answer. We knocked again. No answer. I turned to my companion and said that we should leave, and we began to walk away. Our ward mission leader didn't move and said, "Elders, I feel like we should try one more time." I shrugged. It wouldn't hurt. I knocked on the door and we waited. Someone answered the door, the man's roommate. He invited us in, and we learned that he had been taught by missionaries before in Salt Lake City, but since he had moved down, he had lost contact with the church. He had been praying that missionaries would find him again. It's awesome. Stephanie, I had an amazing spiritual experience with Elder Holland at the St. George Temple Visitor Center. Also, every baptism was such an awesome spiritual time. Stephen, too many spiritual experiences. I was new in the area, and my companion and I were still figuring out how to teach together. The first week, he was taking over all the lessons, but we had companionship inventory, so it got a lot better. Anyway, this lesson will be the first time we were going to teach lesson 1 to a non-member, I think. I remember bearing my testimony about how much Heavenly Father loves their family and that Joseph Smith was a prophet, and that I know that families are forever. Something like that. In the middle of my testimony, she said, "Stop, you're making me cry." It got quiet all of a sudden. In my mind, I imagined the needle poking a heart. That's why she cried. But really, the Spirit touched her heart and testified of the things we taught. My testimony of the Spirit became stronger that night. She committed to read the Book of Mormon and pray about it. Her husband was working on getting rebaptized. Their son was 8. They eventually got baptized. I saw them on New Year's Day a few months after they were baptized. I was so happy to see them. Jill, taking 10 German bikers on tour and getting referrals from 3. Tara, when I got a confirmation from the Lord after 9 months of struggling that He loves me and is proud of what I was doing. Jackson, I went to the temple 3 times with questions, and I got an answer each time. That really helped. Well, hopefully you enjoyed some of those stories from the Provo mission. If you served in the mission and you're willing to help out, we'd love for you to take a survey, fill out a survey about your mission. You can go to preparetoserve.com/survey and just fill out that Google form there. And then we take those responses and add them to the Utah Provo mission page on Prepare to Serve. If you're willing to be video interviewed about your mission in Utah sometime, feel free to message us. We'd love to interview you. It's really fun. It usually takes about an hour. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Take care. Bye-bye.